Oke teman-teman, selamat sore dan malam yang di daerah Wita. Oke, kembali lagi bersama saya dengan Rinando Panjaitan di game streaming dan live streaming game PC. Sekarang kita akan live streaming Street Fighter 6 dan melanjutkannya kembali untuk kita naikkan ke atas lagi ya kan. Kita terakhir itu di platinum, kita naikkan ke master. Oke, itu pun kalau bisa ke master. Kita buat dulu ke platinum bintang terakhir, terus nanti naik ke master. Oke teman-teman, selamat menonton di Rinando Panjaitan di Street Fighter 6. Arigatou gozaimasu, Ganbario Misatsu. Oke. Halo Bang Kameluin. Iya Bang, balik lagi ke Street Fighter 6. Kita akan ranked match. Pertama-tama kita menggunakan si Terry Bogado karena dia juga ulang tahun. Kita tunggu siapa penantang kita. Oke. Kita akan bertarung. Kemarin aku kayaknya nggak melanjutkan lagi Def Jam itu ya. Semalam kita main live streaming game Def Jam. Itu kena copyright karena mungkin itu aku lihat juga itu di lagu. Jadi nggak bisa main itu.
Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The move whips and they get nailed with a punch counter. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They get the wall splat, and now the opponent is defensive. Burnout is triggered. No more drive gauge. Knockdown. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Getting into the end game now, it gets them.
Oke.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Steps back to start things off. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The super up digs in deep to get that drive in. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. What'll happen? Oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Goes for the jump in.
Pastikan dulu sekali dari Bogado.
Use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Wow, that's some big time damage there. Time to reassess the situation. Drive in fact misses. They cannon spike. Stay out. Bad idea.
What?
Up with a throw. We're going into the final
Ketahuan gue
round
dari
tied up.
Jess.
Which fighter
Jadi
has left to grind out
final
the
roundnya
lead?
kan.
Serves them a knuckle sandwich. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Chases them down. Fires a power wave. What tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Both fighters planning something? Super art to show up what a PhD fighters can do
Mantap.
for you. Player 1 has this huge chance after that wall splat. That corner is starting to look... Ooh, what a smart throw. What now? Give him the biscuits and the tea. Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Two steps
Iya.
hit that with confidence.
Langsung
Noticeable life lead.
dihentinya.
Is a comeback still possible? This is going to hit for a critical art.
Takut
You
dia
gotta
kalah
imagine
ya.
that this is not only going to wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. I can't believe it. Player 2.
Aduh.
Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just
Kalah.
saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. Player 1 clinches the
Ih,
win.
takut dia coy. Mana itu coy?
Here comes a new
Tapi ini
challenger.
itu. Oke bang, thank you bang Kamaludin. Mantap
Two of
jiwa
the biggest
bang.
lab monsters are about to get it going.
Round one.
Oke.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. What are they thinking here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Sticks the combo. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Combo with the target combo. Knockdown. Forward throw. Not letting them out of the corner. Player 2 is drive rush to keep it going. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. Experience in there. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Just out of brushes that off and keeps going. Gets carried to the corner.
Itu baku itu bang. Kenapa nggak pakai grok? Mantap.
Practicing the three bars from
Mobile Legend bang.
We've never seen Terry
Mobile Legend ini bang. Kok baku itu? Memang kayak si Eti ini memang kayak baku itu memang.
going in. Player 1 is not in a good place to drive. KO! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it.
Mantap.
Grabs a solid advantage after that big combo. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity.
Ma.
Takes a perfect execution and gameplay
Nice,
for
nice.
fighter a perfect round. Player 1 picks up the first round.
There you go.
That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Both hits him with a stopping pop. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Up for Busta Wolf. Is this a game changer? A drive impact could end it all here. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. That combo did decent damage. Flawless round. They got him so
Berapa diamond bang punya
This is
skin
the
Terry
final
Bogard?
round. Expect to see some
Aduh.
fireworks. Blocks the impact. That's a counter. Brushes that off and keeps
Ini
going.
maksudnya betulan skin Terry Bogard yang di sini apa yang di MML bang?
Drive for that OG psycho uppercut. Their drive gauges aren't full. This means less resources to use when an opportunity strikes. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Gives the ring kick.
Nice.
Show 'em what a PhD and fire can do for you. Still alive? Still
Kalah kita nih.
alive? It doesn't kill. They're still in this.
Nah kan?
Closes it out.
Ambil bapak dia.
That was catch as catch can.
Bagus
They're
turret
gonna
aja.
get the fight.
Ma.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Backs them into the corner. Strings it all together. Trips them up. Time to do some damage after that wall splat. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? The jump-in is denied. All right, what's coming up next?
Aduh.
In there! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The dome. Drive rush. Gets in their face.
Semoga kalah.
With the psycho blitz.
Kenapa, Mbak?
Hits them with the one. Ends the meter. Hoping
Jadi
for a
kalah nih,
good
Mbak. Aduh.
Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge use. They got the meter from drive impact. Going in. KO.
Kalah kita, guys.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your...
Oke. Kita tunggu penantang selanjutnya. Jenggif.
HP maxed. Side
Kita
quest
senyumin
done,
aja dulu.
and the skill tree is fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Backs them into the corner. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. What are they thinking here? Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their beats it up with a combo into super. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off here. The quarter makes it hard to escape. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 on the board
Jenggif.
first with the win.
Ronde
They'll
pertama
want to keep
kita
the pressure
terawas.
on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them. What's next? Still very early in the round. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They just made that very tricky combo look easy. Looking to
Iya,
plan on
dapat
the
ya.
power. Going in. The dome. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. It's a good
Das.
spot. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked
Oke,
in.
dia menantang
That
kembali
was
ya
a
kan.
decisive win. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Burns the drive gauge. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big.
Langsung.
if they can capitalize.
Bang.
Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state.
Iya.
There's a corner switch. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Knockdown. Throws him. What's next? Gets the jump in. Nice double lariat. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Who will capitalize on blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 2 will look to apply. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 in there. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Extending that drive gauge. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Nice Nice double lariat. Nice counter. Knockout and still scrapping for control of the space. Drive gauge gap here. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Max SH experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. They're going for the super art. Big Bad and Beefy Buster Wolf tells them what's good. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Back to the corner. Are we going to play Impact Peekaboo? Will they gamble something here on a drive move? Only a little. Oh, the throw connects. Okay, raw super art incoming. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Player 2, huge chance after that wall spot. Both sides getting ready. Player just what they were after.
Udah tahu gitu coy. Kau akan mengulti ya kan. Aku mengerti itu Zangief, makanya aku langsung lompat. Mantap jiwen. Oke teman-teman, kita tunggu lagi penantang kita selanjutnya. Ini apa lagi? Marisa. Jadi makin cepat-cepat kita dapatkan lawan ya.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Fight with all your heart.
Time for a beatdown. Round 1.
Let's go. Ih, pakai baju apa
Fight's
dia?
now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Throws him down.
What?
Opts for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner.
Push.
Takes the chance to hurt him. Takes a trip. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. Player 2, his main gets him. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Mak.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super arm. And
Ma.
blows. Nasty blow to the back of the head. The no-fly zone. Player 1 holding on to that. Puts the super armor to good use. Misses the grab.
Push.
Are they going to be able to come back and check a super art? Goes for power Geyser. Looking to score some big damage. Are we gonna see a comeback here? What are you jumping in for? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Walk that off! The last round. It's now or never. Here comes up. Oh my, the throw tech. Player 2, this is gonna hurt. Ugh, this is a complete shutdown. They can't escape.
Kita kasih skill 1. Kirimin cutang.
Look at the audacity on display with that Buster Wolf. What were they thinking?
Apa yang terjadi? Apakah di ulti?
Well, the game's right there.
File.
This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. A real it is over.
I'm sorry Marisa.
That was a fight heard round the world.
Let's go.
Yo, top
Play again. No, don't quit. Rookie's match. Oh my god.
Versus.
Let's go. Oke, ada penantang selanjutnya.
Challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Here's to a fan. Round 1.
Ini si
Let's see
JP.
what they try to do here in the first round. Throw whips. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. There's a corner kick. Taking stock. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Where is their opening? KO. Player 1 sets the
Okay.
tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. They're jostling for the dominant position. Springs forward with the drive right. Oh! The punish counter gives them a great opening here to dig in.
Ma, hancurkan nyawa awak.
Turning up the
Tutak,
heat here
tuntak,
with the
tunting,
level
tuntak,
two super.
tunting.
Burnout activates. Orbalan hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Risky up close scrap still going. Both fighters planning something.
Iya.
Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage. Turning it right up with the super. Big Bad and Beezy Buster Wolf tells them what's good. Sets up with the jump in. Player 1.
Selesai lu.
That combo finishes it. Last round, people.
Last round,
Both fighters
people.
gotta go all in from this point. Hits the drive. A trade. No one. But there's a wall spot. They can't do anything now. Needs to jump in with a perfect parry. All the throw connects. Drive rush to keep it going. Nails the 3-ball. Whoa, coming for you. Player 2 is in a very good spot. The pre-glove skewers him. Uses the teleport. This is the time to believe in your ability. Oh, it's
Ayo main lagi ah. Dan takut gas terus.
Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Manages to block the jump-in attack.
Nggak ada, main terus.
Takes the chance to hurt him. Backs them into the corner. Trips them up. The jump-in catches them. Neither of them willing to back off here. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Taking stock. Where is their opening? Makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Dashes forward. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. He rushes that off and keeps going. They can't squander the punish counter chance. Pounding them with the Lazuka. Can they stand the heat? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Will we see a drive in? Player 2 will need to get good. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Nice JP, nice JP.
Player 1 took no time.
Mantap sih JP itu. Tanpa ampun. Gas terus. Lah, kayak gitu dia. Oke.
Here comes a new
My.
challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Show me what you have.
Round 1.
Kita tengok apakah dia lompat.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Jump in, finds the mark. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Gets a good read on their opponent.
Kita kasih dulu.
Takes them all
Okay.
the way to the corner with that.
Sekali lagi.
Nets them a sweet punishment.
Oke.
Solid combo. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Heading into the end. Super
Ma.
arm activated. Expect something big here. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. The Big Bang Kachoshin comes out. Player 2 in trouble with no drive.
Iya. Ulti.
It's a good
Ma.
comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 with a
Okay,
big
okay.
first round pickup. Can they close it out? Fires a power wave. Had the radar up and running. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going.
We'll see.
Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai. Can they keep experiencing burnout? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stop and bop. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Jumps in. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What
Ulti
can
lagi.
he do with it? A drive impact could end it all here. Knockdown and perfect execution with the anti-air. Ooh. They must experiencing burnout. A real
Oke,
test
kita
of
kasih dulu
nerve.
critical art.
Out the game right there. Carries them all the way to the corner in one go. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Did we see a drive impact here? Oh, stun! That's gotta be
Okay.
Never say die attitude got them the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Uses their drive gauge. Throws a beefy Kachosen. Player 2 worn out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Time to reassess the situation? Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Nothing stops this train.
Oke,
Player
dia
2
ngasih.
needs to use the threat of the corner here.
Oke,
Okay, here we. Oh my
Kita
god,
kasih
they
nih.
just chunked it up. Ooh, what a smart throw. Throws him from above. Reads the jump in perfectly. Sets up with the jump in. Both sides getting ready. Player connects with the throw. Yo, critical art now. Oh, hits the critical art. They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out. Player 2 can't use any drive boost. They're just gonna go for it. It is over. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win.
Kuit Mai, aduh Mai. Udah tahu aku kau melempar, pasti mendekat. Kena lah kau ulti Kage Bunshin.
Challenger.
We're in for something special right
Oh,
here,
lawan
right
N
now.
head lagi ya.
Round 1.
Tengok.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first
Okay.
round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Starts with a jump in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. All right. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? All right, what's coming up next? Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. In a dire situation, they can't afford
Diem.
any mistakes. Throws them. What's next? Taking stock. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win.
Pakito.
They'll want to keep the pressure on. Big counter. Are we going to see some fireworks here? The dome. Solid throw tag. Takes them all the way. There's the wall spot. They can't do anything now. Not close enough for the throw. What'll happen here? Hits them with a stop and bop. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best.
Terima kasih.
He uses the gauge for a super art. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Taking no prisoners.
I am mature.
Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Countering blow there. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Trips him up. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something.
Bisa combo
Look at the
skill
damage they can pump out
S2
with the
S3
combo.
nggak bang?
Things are heating up.
Nggak bisa bang.
Burns the drive gauge. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Grabs them.
Karena
They
dia
gotta take advantage of this drive difference. They were expecting that drive attack. Ooh. Finishes things off with authority.
karena dia
Big punish counter.
itu kan ada 3 angka tuh bang. Kalau skill 2 dipakai, ya otomatis sisa satu lagi gitu bang.
Who's going to start things off? Whiffs the throw. Throws them. Springs forward with the drive rush. Neither of them willing to back off here. Fires a power answer to the psycho uppercut. Drive rush to keep it going. Full SA meters on deck for both stop charges forward. Player 1 can't use any burnout activates. Player 1, yo, put that away. Knockdown and they're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Crowns him from above. A wheel in there.
Ini kop apa? Bukan King of Fighter ini bang. Ini Street of Fighter 6. Bukan KOF ini bang. Ini Street Fighter. Memang ada si Terry. Tapi ini Street Fighter 6 bang.
Give me that drama. Give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Get ready. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Uses the target combo to take a
Waduh.
chunk of damage off the opponent. Goes for the throw. What's the play here? Player
Hancur
1
kita.
in that dangerous burnout state.
Oke.
Deal some damage with that quick combo.
Misatsu dia.
Player 2 takes a big gamble and with KO.
Aku mah memang perfect a master of a Ryu and a Ken.
What else can they get away with? Everything up until now converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Locks him with a target. Knockdown and they exchange blows. Avalanche flame. This is a burnout. Expect a KO. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Tapi kita gas aja lah. Harus kita kalahkan dulu
Choose
deh.
to win it back. Let's get right to it. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Who's going to break the silence first? Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Getting into the end game now, it's getting tense. What a clutch side kicks there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. All right, what's coming up next? This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Immediate burnout. It's the KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 1 chases them down. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. Player 2 is very smart play to stop the opponent there. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Oh, away! Pumps the brakes on the impact. Up for Busto KO.
Oke.
This is the
Ya,
final
satu-satu,
round.
satu-satu.
Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the hits the drive.
Apa terus kena itu?
Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, they're hit them with a stop and
Is.
pop. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Getting up to a burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with all the throw connects.
Apa coy?
Now, burnout, but they may have a plan here.
Terima lu ini critical art.
You never know more fuel to the on track to steal this back after that super. Shakes things up with a fireball. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Oh,
Ish.
who are they?
Kalah kita nih.
It's gut check time for both players. Are you kidding me? Player 2 has
Salah
gotta be
kilik
feeling-
kita. Aduh. Bukan mau buat itu kita tadi kan, coy. Aduh, coy.
Comes a new
Oke, Yuri.
challenger.
Let's go, Yuri. Yuri Kunasanagi. Watashi no namae wa wow 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 wow.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in, finds the mark. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Down to the wire. They can open up this round big by converting this punish command. All right, what's coming up next? Neither of them willing to back off. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. In a dire situation. They can't afford any
Okay.
KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on, smart play to stop the opponent. Player 1 chases them down. Blocks the impact. Gets a risky pump. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Oh, burnout triggered. Connects with the throw. They return to center stage. Now they can use drive. Charges forward. A drive impact. No! Critical now? This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Mati.
Such a lovely face.
Flatline zone. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Pushes that off and keeps going. Still plenty of time
Kita
left.
kasihkan langsung skill 3-nya.
It's a good spot to use the super. Taking all of the super. Not shy
Oke.
one bit about it.
Langsung kita serbu lagi.
The super connect.
Oke.
Oh, here we go. This
Yeah.
is gonna hurt. Player 1 with the rhythm owning that space. Wall splash into the guard break. Okay, here we go. Perfect
Okay.
executed. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not
Momen
over
lagi
yet.
dia.
Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Coming through. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Lots of aggression from both sides. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff.
Selesai kau kan.
Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Can't tech the throw. Knockdown. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Strength goes for the super art. Will this super art connect? Oh, burnout.
Okay.
Slips through the opening for the KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Sticks the combo. Will we? There's the wall splash. They can't do anything now. Uses again for a super art. Both fighters planning something? There's the drive
Okay.
attack that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
Meledak. Meledak.
That's what happens when you capitalize.
Oke. Thank you Bang Kamalden.
Here comes a new
Ini jadi rajin kita. Apa ya? Banyak yang lawan ini jadinya.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and
Oke,
bragging
kita
rights
buat
are
bintang
at
2
stake.
14.000.
Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Kita tengok ya.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Gets a good
Oke,
read on their
satu
opponent.
kena.
You gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Absorbs the attack and fires back.
Ulti, ya kan?
Super Arc is
Udah
trying
ngerti
to
aku
create a
itu.
good opportunity here. How's this going to shake out? Almost had it,
Okay.
but it gets blocked. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Knockdown. Holds out with the block. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. All right. Oh, burnout triggered. And
Okay. Blacky, kata
picks up the
Blacky.
first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. Player one really suffered there in the corner for a while. How can they avoid being put there this round? Big opportunity now in this corner. Nice counter. A quick breather. Hits them with a stop and bop. Player two holding on to that super armor.
Mana
Side switch
lu?
in the corner. The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. Just goes for it at this rate.
Hey,
Oh, burnout triggered. Player one will look to apply pressure here.
thank you.
Closes with the throw.
Waduh bang,
Hitting
apa
him
ini
with the
bang? Waduh
smart
bang.
stuff. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Anticipates the overlap. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? What are they thinking here? There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. What's the play here? Still slugging it out here. Backs them into the corner. Player 2 can't let their drive leave them.
Ulti.
Brings out the super art. How is it gonna work out for them? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Misses the drive impact. Can they convert this
Yeesh,
punish
kena
counter
nih.
opportunity into something? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Takes a trip. Player 1 holding on,
Yeesh.
snipes them out the air. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Slips the grab. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Grabs him. Player 2, burnout activates. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Brushes that off and he keeps going. Hit burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. A quick breather. Just goes for it at this range. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Going in, the drive impact doesn't work. Throws him. Player 1 can't afford. Will this super art do anything? Excellent read. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Flatline zone.
I'm Blacky. I'm Blacky.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Ooh, what a smart throw. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Bolts up, the throw connects. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive. Throws him. Getting up close and personal. Throw is denied. What a read. Oh, drive rush. My keeping it nice and confined. Turning it up to an 11. Wow, that throw did some juicy damage. Excellent read. Good decision with that throw. Take a seat. Any mistake here is gonna be big. Oh, it's enough. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good.
Thank you, Mai. But I win. I'm sorry, Mai. Oke, teman-teman, kita tunggu lagi penantang selanjutnya.
Here comes a
Jenggil.
new challenger.
Let's go, Misatsu.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Everything you have. Time for a beatdown. Round one.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Well timed.
Oke.
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Bears a corner switch. Throws them to negate the block. Burnout is triggered. Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
Too bad.
Grabs him,
Take this.
takes a trip. Saw him coming and goes for the board.
Mati.
The big play does it.
Kyo ada bang? Gak ada bang.
Player 1
Ini bukan
picks
King
up
of
the
Fighter
first
bang.
match. That'll give them a
Mr. Fighter bang.
psychological advantage.
Bang Vibra Sign.
Hits him with a stop and bite. The grab misses. Boom goes the dynamite. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
Apaan lu?
You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Heavy punch sends him flying. Player 1 needs to use the Predator corner here. Will we see a drive in? Going in? Big throws. Throws him. Oh my god, what a throw tech! They decided to tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Pumps the brakes on the impact. A drive impact could end it all here. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Drive impact misses.
Kena lu kan?
The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. Puts him on a
KO lah. Kalau nggak mungkin nggak KO. Sangat bang,
Here's the
sangat.
final round.
Sangat
This
apa
fight
sangat
starts
bang?
now.
Sangat ada. Kalau sangat apa nih bang?
Knocked him out of the air. Target locked and scoop. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. They're backed into the corner now. Solid anti-air. Player 1, he tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Gotta do better than that.
Sangat bang ada.
Jump in, sets up with the jump in. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is so tense. More fuel for the fire. Comes off the tank and scores the win.
Sangat pun ngeri bang. Apalagi kalau udah dapat kombonya, nggak bisa gerak kita bang. Meledak-ledak, wadadadau.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's
3
time for
minutes.
that comeback. Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. There's the wall splat.
Aduh.
They can't do anything now. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Still slugging it out here. Takes a trip. Holds out with the block. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes?
Dalsim bang ada.
Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
Dalsim ada bang. Dalsim yang joget-joget lentur-lentur itu yang ngeluarkan api kan bang?
That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Gyoja katanya gitu.
Round 2. Fight.
Big throws. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws.
Gears of Fire,
What's
Gears of
that?
Fire katanya.
Still slugging it out at this range. Oh, says no. Burnout triggered.
Oops.
Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous
Whoa.
bout of burn. Boom goes the dynamite. Player 2 doesn't
Okay,
have a lot
kita
of drive
ditandai.
gauge to play with. Not a good thing.
Okay.
The drive impact is denied.
Kena lah kalau
Out of the
segitu.
corner, looking to impress with this super. Packs in the 3 bars for right fit. We've never seen Terry roll out like this. Counting on the super to connect with the throw. Going in. Oh, yo! Raw super hit.
Ngapain lu?
Noticeable wraps it up with a throw.
Dalsim itu yang bisa tangan bisa panjang.
Player
Betul
2
bang.
brings it home. Let's see if they can
Kalau
build
abang tahu.
themselves a streak.
Apa? One Piece? Dia lah itu siapa? Mugiwara Luffy. Halo bang Astama Farduk di Smackdown. Iya bang. Tapi nggak kena bang.
Here comes a new challenger.
Hancurkanlah dia kan.
What are we
Kita
going to
sekarang
see
lawan si
transpire between these
Edo.
fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Kita kasih dulu pukulan Nabi.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let him get down to the wire.
Kishimoto itu yang beranime.
Parries the attack and neither fighter
Bukan Bang,
stuck in the
Ichiro
corner.
Odanya.
They continue to duke it out mid-stage. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here?
Selesai kita nih.
The throw misses. Where is their opening? This is the perfect range to end with a projectile. Player one
Dylan
takes
Bros.
around like a thief in the night.
Apa itu,
What
Bang?
else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Hustles in. Smart play, which springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 has an empty drive beat. This is a very precarious situation. Risky up-close scrap still going. Goes for the jump in. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Goes to the air. Player 2 pumps the brakes on the impact. Corrects them.
Kita critical art kan.
Could end it all here. Dashes out the cage right there.
Di lawan Ed. Awas dipoking dia. Iya Bang. Habis sama-sama putih juga. Saat terus Bang.
What a finish.
Dia Pakuito ya kan. Kita siapa lah ya? Mike Tyson.
Two will come out on top in this final round. Peppers them with a cycle. Yo, put that away. The throw hits them with a stopping block. Were they baiting them into that? Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious
Mantap.
situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. What's next? Gets the counter hit. Target combo into taking chunks out of each other here. What now? Meets them air to air. Switch sides. A real
Wish.
done.
Mantap dia.
Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Main tarik-tarik
They're
aja ya.
still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips him up. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Turns up the heat and cooks them with the combo. What's the play here? Can't tech the throw? What's down to the wire?
Main di PC Bang. Pakai Steam.
Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Gets
Belum ada uang beli PS5 Bang.
player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Good parry here to try and make something happen. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive.
Ish, terus dapat dia.
Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact.
Ulti dia,
Ends
ya
the
kan?
meter, hoping for a good return. Hits them with a 1-2-3. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Life leads. Burnout activates. Gives the ribcage from TLC. Player 2 can't
Ma.
use any drive move. Gotta play it strong. Super art incoming.
Ish.
No way. That
Gila
one
sih.
wasn't luck. That
Steve
was
Bang.
100% planned. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
Iya kalah kita Bang. Pakai stick nih Bang, stick dari Vantage. Iya Bang, memang bisa dia main ini. Dipunis terus kita, dipunis dan dipush.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Come on, get ready.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
That ain't the play.
Gets the counter in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player one in that dangerous burnout state.
Boleh.
One fighter's drive gauge is
Boleh.
just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here?
Boleh.
Player one chases them down. Impact's a no-go. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. That drive impact is blocked. Life lead opens up. Takes a trip. Anything could happen here. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Each hit is so important here. Fires a power wave. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Raises with power wave. They take burnout activates. Player one can't afford it in there.
Terputar-putar.
Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do for charges forward. Hits them with a stop and bow. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Super Arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Grabs and throws them away. Player experiencing burnout. Big throws. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. The throw whips. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Connects with the throw. Smart play with the throw. Uses their drive gauge. Both of our combatants are cooking up impact squat. Looking for a chance.
Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough?
Still in it with a sliver. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. No, crit of the heart now.
This is our destiny.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Gets got.
Closes it out.
Kiu. Nggak kena coy.
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Adds a bit of OD spice there. Player one needs to use the threat of the. Oh, what's this? The punish
Terima
counter
Lin.
gives them a great
Dia
opening
udah
here
agak
to
marah
do
tuh
big
kan.
Nails it.
Nah.
This can lead to some big
Kena
damage.
lagi tuh.
Can we see a drive impact here?
Nah.
Clutch plus anti-air. Nothing stops this train.
Kena gua.
Drive impact. The swagger step sends them flying. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from
Iya.
this situation? The drive impact doesn't work. Crowns them from above. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Throws! Fights back with authority. I called it! Are you serious? That comeback was unreal! We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind
Nggak
there!
kena dia
It's
baru
not over
putar-putar.
yet! Best believe it's time for that run back!
Oke.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's
No,
time
no.
to go all in. Gets the knockdown, and now uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. All right, what's coming up next? Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? KO.
Udah marah dia.
Player two on the board
Terpunis
first with the
ini
win.
Asia, Bang.
They'll want to keep the
Iya,
pressure
Bang.
on. Goes to the overdrive. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. They're backed up into the corner. Brushes that off and keeps going. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Knockdown and jumps. Goes for the jump in. This is a turning point.
Kita kasihkan dia tuh.
Use the super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. There it is. They knew it'd be enough.
Yo.
Last round, people.
Last round, people.
All in from this point. Decides not to hit the drive. Barely blocks the jump in. Jumps in. Blocks the impact. Drive rush to keep it going. Experiencing burnout. How will they utilize this? Got him up against the wall and the stunt is there. Player 2 nails the overdrive arrow kick. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. That finds the target. No! Stand off the wall! Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious. Oh my god, they just choked it up! That corner is starting to look scary. Throws him. Oh, the throw connects. I can't believe it. Did he pick this time to bust this out? Player 1, huge chance after that wall. It is over. Get that back to
You want it again? Let's go. To fight again.
It's not
Misatsu.
over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Karakter apa paling
We're
sulit
finally
dimainin bang?
ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our
Ed.
players look primed and ready. Anticipated that counter and blocks. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. What's the play here? Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. I think both fighters want to keep an eye on their drive gauge and try to refill it whenever they can. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Knockdown. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO.
Yang agak sulit bang, itu si Ed bang, kombo-kombonya. Tapi sekali ngerti, kacau.
Fires off in overdrive. Smart throw. That'll do more damage than usual. Risky up-close scrap ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Cashing in the 3 bars for rising tank. We've never seen Terry fall out like this. Counting on the super to do the job. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Breaks the block with a throw. Oh, the throw connects. In with the luminous. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the
Kalah
drive
gitu, coy.
that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Clutch read on that impact. Both sides getting ready. Just drive rush. Here comes the corner press. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2 can't use any finish. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Drops him hard. The throw is denied.
Oke. Nggak celah dia.
Excellent gank drops them from the air. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Dangerous situation here with both able to use drive. Shrugs that off.
Oke, kena celah lagi dia.
That corner is starting to look scary.
Okay.
Show what our PhD and fighters can do for you. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Player 2 may be able to pull a fast punish.
Oke, kena celah lagi dia.
Comes off the tank and scores the win. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Yos. Buat abang-abang di sana jangan lupa untuk berbuka puasa yang menjalaninya. Oke bang.
Here comes a new challenger.
Kita melawan Ryu.
It's time to see what both fighters
Strength
have in store for us today.
Intelligent.
Let us begin. Time for a beatdown. Round one.
Round 1. Kita tengok dulu.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Throws him down. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Time to do some damage after that wall splat. And a super activation. Nice.
Okay.
Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? That drive impact doesn't get through. Okay, they trade hits. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Goes in on the impact for nothing. All right, what's coming up next? Gets the counter hit throw. Both fighters planning something? Breaks the block with burnout activates. Player smart play to stop the opponent there. Scrapping it out up close. Jump, knockdown, and will we see a drive hit? Barely connects with the throw. There's the burnout. Oh, here we go. Risky up close scrap still going. Ooh, what a smart throw. What now? Uses their drive gauge. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. This is a critical moment. Shift for the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Impact squat. Blocks the impact. Player 1 out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. They're in range. We can pump the brakes on the impact. The drive impact doesn't work. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player 1 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Going in. Connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. There's a burnout. Looking for a hold. Uses their drive gauge. Neither fighter is showing
Iya.
jumping in for.
Dari tunggunya itu. Betul.
Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
Mantap dia.
Not over yet.
Nggak apa,
Let's believe
nggak.
it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants going on the offensive. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Had the radar up and running. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Reads their gets them. Player 1
And
sets the
gitu dia.
tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes to the overdrive. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Can't tech the throw. Tries them open with a Shoryuken. Neither of them willing to back off here.
Halap kena.
Jumps in. Blocks the impact. Fires a power wave. Bumps up. Barely blocks the jump in. Breaks the block with a throw. Will we see a drive impact? There's an overdrive Shoryu. Player in there.
Kayak orang-orang gila ribet.
Player 1 took no time to
Mencumantung. Cita. Judung. Cita. Tapi ya gitulah dia menang kan. Nah ini bang, tadi yang nanya siapa tuh? Bang apa nih bang? Bang Nara Putri Sagat.
Nara. It's fight night time.
Mbak kayaknya. Mbak Nara, ini ada Sagat nih.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? That was a solid anti-air. Opts for the throw. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Gets a chance with that jump in.
Boom. Tush.
Turns up the heat and cooks them with the combo. Knockdown. Goes for the throw. I think both fighters want
Mantap.
to keep an eye on their drive gauge and
Kena
try
kita.
to refill it whenever they can. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Crunchy Tiger Knee. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. That drive impact doesn't get through.
Raises with power weight. Hits him with a stopping bomb.
Was looking for that jump attack. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Dashes forward. Genius read. Looking for a chance. Blocks the impact. Grabs and throws him away. Knockout and... The drive impact is denied. Drive gauge is looking bad. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty excellent block. They're going for the super art. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter.
It's a good spot.
Karakter up. Vega yang dulu pakai topeng nggak ada bang. Nggak ada bang. Nggak ada yang pakai topeng lagi. Vega yang pakai cakar kan. Nggak ada lagi bang.
Here we go. Throws them. Player 2.
Terus online lawan.
They gotta start cook meets them air to air. Player tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. This is a critical turns out. Impact squat. Drive impact misses. Flatline zone.
Online lawan orang lain apa offline
We're
ini bang
going
John?
into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Ini main online bang, ranked match.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art.
Ini bang Haji Tutut yang mana nih bang?
Knockdown. Here comes
Oh.
Handsome. All in with the rush. All the
Ini bang apa ya?
Player 1.
Bang Darius. Darius.
Links it. Like there's a burnout. And they burn out and drops them from the air. What now? Player 1 is in a very good spot now. This is the overhead denied.
Pedih.
Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Ayo Sagat. Bukan bang, aku subscriber baru. Oh gitu bang. Kok tahu dari mana bang John? Aku namanya John.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Jumps. Smart play with the throw. Neither of them willing to back off here. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round.
Sakit
Player
juga
1
nih Sagat.
is in burnout. Drives off the table, pressuring them in the corner.
Nih,
Player 1 has used up all of their drive game.
kena lalu.
That'll do more damage than usual. Goes for the super art?
Oke.
They were anticipating that super art. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Throws them.
Nah kan itu nama
What's next?
channelnya bang Johnson. Oh iya iya. Oh iya betul juga ya.
Hit is so important
Kok
here.
gua lemot sih jadinya.
Player 2 can't. Burnout activates. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win.
Iya
They'll
juga ya.
want to
Thank you
keep the
bang Haji.
pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Adds a bit of OD spice. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now?
Aduh,
Player 1 needs to use hits him with a stopping bomb.
kena lu. Tanya aja tendang-tendang mulu dong lu Sagat.
Uses the gauge for the super. They are
Pasti ini dia mau buat uppercut.
using the super can open up huge
Oh, enggak.
chances for you. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Oh, burnout trigger. Oh, they're in the corner
Sakit
now.
kali memang ini.
Uses the gauge for a super art.
Mantap.
You're about to see why this move is called Tiger
Mampir
Knee.
karena seru nih, baru pertama kali gue liat game ini di live streaming Indo.
Smart play to stop
Oh gitu
the
bang, mantap dong bang.
Ooh, what a smart throw. One
Memang
player is in
aku lihat
burnout.
juga jarang
Is it
sih.
time to end this? We're so close to the end of the round that it may froze them. They
Yang
gotta
mainin
dig
ini
down
nih.
deep here. both of them back
Orang
up
Indo
and
banyak
maybe preparing for the
main
final
ini,
exchange.
cuman dia nggak di live streaming kan begitu bang.
Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Inilah bang, semoga lah bisa
It's not over
naikkan
yet.
ya kan bang.
Let's believe it's time
Ya
for the
memang
comeback.
itu bonus lah,
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see
karena
what the
memang
opponent wants to do
awalnya
first.
memang
Projectile
pecinta game
trying
bang.
to change the situation. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Opts for the throw. Alright. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. There's a corner switch. Throws him down. Trips him up.
Terima lagi, Sebesu, watashi no.
More damage. Throws him. What's next? Alright, what's coming
Paku
up
itu beda
next?
lagi bang, ini sisa gitu nih bang.
Heading into the end. Will this super arc connect? The pressure is Sugetsu.
Paku itu namanya ada apa tuh? Si Ed namanya Ed. Dia asli kayak Paku itu. Gini dia.
Round 2. Fight.
Ini kayak si Makiti soalnya ini bang.
Goes for the jump in to start. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Doesn't miss a beat. Genius read. Big throws. At this range, Mensch springs forward with the drive rush. Going in. Jumps. There's the impact. Not letting that go on.
Gimana nih?
Up for Buster Wolf.
Mantap jiwa.
Game changer? Player 2 will look to apply pressure.
Mantap.
Damage output with the uppercut. A quick breather. They're in with anti-air in the clutch. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Wow.
Kena lo.
Oh, the drive won.
Kena lo coy. Bukan Bang John, ini Terry Bogard skinnya Paku itu di ML. Oh,
Let's
ya
see if
betul
they
betul
can
bang.
build themselves a streak.
Skinnya di ML. Ini memang ada si Terry Bogard memang, ya betul betul. Pikir di sini bang. Tapi kalau abang mau lihat Paku itu asli itu ini nih, biar gua tunjukin nih bang. Gayanya kayak Paku itu asli betul. Nih, itu si Paku itu lawan Luffy. Itu bang, itu si Paku itu bang. Mirip kali kayaknya.
Our
Wah,
fighters
kita
are
lawan
ready to get down
Ryu
to
lagi
it.
nih.
So let's start the
Apakah
match and see
Ryunya
what
seperti
these
yang tadi atau
warriors
tidak?
are capable of.
Round 1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Deftly shuts out the jumper. All right. No good up high. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Knockdown. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Left off a projectile to waste time. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting
The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Will we see a drive impact?
Thank you.
closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Who's going to start things off? Strings it all together. Blocks the impact. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Lots of life to play with, and 4 SA meters. What will they do? What'll happen here? Blocks it. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Drive rush to keep it going.
They've got the meter for smart play to stop the opponent. The dome. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Experiencing burnout. They're going for the super art. You've gotta be mindful of this and lead to some big damage. Took him to the corner in a flash. Raises with power wave. Drive rush to keep it going. So, what's next?
Yo.
Hard. Are we gonna see a comeback here? They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. The drive impact doesn't work. All in with a rush. Player one slams on the
Aduh, Kalin.
brake, gets the counter hit and the win. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Uses their drive gauge. Goes to the air. Gets a risky punch. Clutch, anti-air. The parry. Nails the crack shoot.
Karakter OG ini seharusnya gampang.
Here comes the throw. It's denied. Holy, shrugs that off. Plenty of health. Full gauges.
Boom.
Let's go. What are they gonna do? Can this drive bring them back? Let's loose a power wave. Rushes in. Gotta do better than that. Reads the jump in perfectly. Ugh, take a seat. Fights back with authority. A real test of nerves here. Drive rush. Will this super art do anything? Parries. Close range projectile. Drops him hard. Oh my God, that was a magical shot. That was a right turn round the
Harus hati-hati lawan
world.
Shiryu ini memang.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. The dome. Blocks it. Still very early in the round. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Throws him down. Oh. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. The super armored, the move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. Taking stock. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. The dome. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Very slick with the combo. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive. A quick breather. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Scrapping it, okay? Oh. That's what happens when you
Agak remeh dia
capitalize on all
kayaknya
of your
lawan Abe
chances.
kan.
Right back into the
Kita
rematch.
mantel dulu
We
dah.
ain't even close to done yet. Grabs him. Player one with the life lead. Goes for the fireball. Blocks the jump in. That was a solid anti-air. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Throws him. What's next? Taking stock. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Takes a trip. They've got the meter and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Player two, they can't squander this punish counter chance. It's a good. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player two with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Had the radar up and running. Oh, what's this? Good heads up.
Nggak bisa berarti dia itu
for the
begitu.
drive impact. Knockdown and saw that coming. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Took him to the corner in a flash. Barely blocks the jump in. How will they utilize this? Uses the gauge for a super arm. Hits them with the Busta Wolf for some stylish damage. Will we see a drive impact? Here comes a big trouncel from a flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new
DJ.
challenger.
Ini mirip sama si Balrog sih ini si DJ ini.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Joget-joget lah terus, joget mundur. Caca katanya.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Opts for the throw. Still slugging it out here. No good up high. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a check KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The jump in is denied. Can't tech the throw.
DJ MX Karakter.
Neither of
Charge
them really
karakter.
back
Betul.
off. Goes to the overdrive. They trade. The impact doesn't do anything. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Shows a medium kick. Fires a power wave. The drive impact is denied. A quick breather. Ooh, what a smart blow. They're hurt big time. Will we see a drive impact? That raw critical. What's gonna happen? Acting the 3 bars for 5-10. We never see Terry fall out like this. Even were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Crowns them from above. This is a critical moment.
Okay.
That was the highest I've ever seen.
Iya bang, mix karakter dia bang.
Force to be reckoned with.
Agak lumayan enaknya, cuman dia agak apa ya? Kalau jago yang mainkannya mantap sih.
Fires a power wave. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace.
Itu kemarin aku pakai ada lawan pakai
Both
GJ.
fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Deal some damage with that quick combo. All right. Throws them to negate the block. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Knockdown. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Inazires gets them.
Jagonya sebenarnya
Player
si DJ.
2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Bare knuckle. The jump in is denied. Gets the counter hit throw. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Goes for the rush. Hits them with a stop and pop.
Oke, celah dia dikit.
Gets the combo. Both fighters planning something? Max and
Ma,
Tooth brings down the waning moon on him. Noticeable look chips him for the win.
satu sama bah.
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. The super armor does its job. Opts for the throw.
Betul pernah pakai gail bang?
What are they thinking here? Player 2 chases them down.
Pernah bang.
Impacts a
Pernah,
no
pernah.
go.
Tapi agak dikit dia apanya, stylenya.
Takes the round like a thief in the
Jadi
night.
harus nunggu
What else can they get
baru
away with?
jebar.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner.
Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Hits them with a stop and pop. Doesn't miss a beat. Genius read. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Nails the crack shoot. Gets the back throw to turn things around. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A drive impact could end it all here. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Raises with power win. Jump. Hits him with a stop and pop. This is gonna be bad news.
Pakai itu.
Maze burns out. What are they gonna do? Hit the drive. Are we gonna see a cut? Oh, yo, Raw super hit. They gotta go. That corner is starting to look scary. Raw super art incoming. A super art? Flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home.
Ada penantang ruangan. Lupa gue ngeliat si Marisa. Marimas.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store
Wih,
for
udah
us
15.000
today.
dia. Udah di bintang 2 platinum. Ini kalau bisa kita buat platinum bintang 2 lah dulu.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes for the surprise rush in. Stays cool and counters.
Wah,
Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Difficult situation for a throw. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. All right. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Both players with no drive in the tank. Take and stop. Player 2 chases them down. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Recovers from burnout. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. That drive impact doesn't get put snipes out the air. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Hit them with a stop and pop. This is gonna be bad news.
tus, tendang.
Very slick with the combo.
Oke, kena celah dia nih. Tas.
Took him to the corner in a flash. Gets the back throw to turn
terpicik
things
musik.
around. Both fighters have a full
Maju.
Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not. Taking no prisoners.
Maju.
Player 2.
Okay.
Oh, let's
sorry,
see if they
Marisa.
can build themselves a streak.
I don't expect you.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
Nice solid counter. Opts for the throw. Goes for the throw. Okay, heats it up with a combo into super. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Throws them. What's next? The jump in is denied. Absorbs the attack and fires
Okay.
back. In a dire situation, they can't afford any
Okay.
mistakes. Takes the super art to McKay.
Okay.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter.
Ma.
Connects with medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away.
Going in,
Smart play to stop the opponent there.
player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively.
Their spacing is so on point right now. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Raises with power win!
flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Are we gonna see a comeback here?
Yeesh. Melepak dia,
Final
melepak.
round. Expect to see some fireworks. It's the drive. The last round. It's now or never.
Mak.
Transfers with the rising tackle. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super arm. Next
dapat
with the
leh.
throw. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes. Absolutely relentless. Gets him with the Euro Struggle loop. Oh, here we go. Player one walls flat into the guard break. Ooh, what a smart throw. That corner is starting to look. Nothing stops this train.
I'm sorry, Marisa.
Oh, putting the cherry on top. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Woo, I dare you to find me a
Terry,
better match than
ui,
that.
no.
Get up and tell us what's good.
Mau fight
Not
custom
over
dia.
yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Knockdown. Player 2 in
Kena
that
dia
dangerous
celak.
burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Goes for the super arm. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Oh, easy tag. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Burnout is triggered.
Iya.
Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The pressure is so intense here. Wins out in the battle of the skies. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Oh, easy tech. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge win out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Oh, burnout triggered! Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Max SA gauges. Unbelievable. They're going for the super art. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Gets scooped from down low. Low heavy connected? That's what happens when you capitalize on
Wah,
all of your
kalah
chances.
kita. Ditunjangnya jempol kita.
Here comes a new
My.
challenger.
My money pari kiki kapiao. Kita
They're all
senyumin.
fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Denies that throw attempt. Trips him up. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 creates a good adds a little super juice, gets him. Blackie! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter.
Ulti.
Getting that extra juice with Kagero no Mai. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up from up above. It's a
Prima,
good
ini.
spot to use the super. Going in, grabs and throws them away. How will they manage their drive gauges? Genius read. Will we see a drive hit? Player 2, this can lead to some big damage.
Thank you lah.
Up for Busto, wraps it up with a decisive combo.
Dari Bogor.
That was a
Bogor
clear how
tinggi
a
tu.
solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Digs in deep to get that drive in.
Mantap.
Combo's there. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape.
Nampak lagi.
The throw hits.
Wes.
Now the fun begins. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Both fighters are working with empty drive gauges, but I'm sure they want to make something happen. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The super armor does its job. Knockdown.
Stay down.
We are near the opt for the throw to close it out. Player
Okay.
1 sets
Dan
the tone with
disia-siakan
that win.
weh. Aduh.
Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Throws them. What's next? Player 2 will looking to impress with this super. Player 2 holding on to that corner and brushes that off and keeps going. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. What'll happen here? Still slugging it out at this range. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? This is gonna be bad news. Both fighters planning something? Jumps up, finds the target. In there.
Blackie, watashi no namae wa.
Fight round. Fight.
Drops that
Ma.
the last round.
Ulti 3. Ih,
Skies with
ada
cover
satu
up
bawa
behind.
dia.
Player 1 with the
Ooh.
lead. Will they go for offense or defense? Excellent block. Looking for a hold. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Pops him hard. The throw doesn't connect. Gotta do better than that. Player 1 can't use drive anymore. What's next? Player 1 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Nothing stops this train.
Yo. Ya, okay.
To show what our PhD and fighters can do for you. The wolf of South Town is on the hunt and ready to show his face. My man's about to show everyone who runs in town. Throws them. Back to the corner. Are we gonna play impact peekaboo? Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. They're in the corner. Huge chance after that wall spike. I can't believe it. Oh, what's this? Who's coming out on top? Who are they swinging at?
Aduh, skill 3-nya.
No hesitation or regret. Hits them with that NSF.
Salah kita, salah.
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are
Kalah kita. Salah kita tadi.
Player 1 has got to be feeling
Eh.
good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Nothing stops this train. Smart play with the throw. Player 1 chases them down. Starts with a jump in. All right, what's coming up next? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Their life is perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Box him with the target combo. Smart play to stop the opponent. Dashes up. Experiencing burnout.
Stay down.
Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Fires a power wave. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round.
Stay down.
Smart play with the throw. Player 1 will look to apply pressure. It's a good spot to use the super. Going for the conclusive
Bisa kita,
kill with
coy.
that super. What a move. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see.
Oke, kita pakai dulu siapa ya? Akuma.
First online ring match. Special match.
Oke teman-teman, sebentar lagi aku selesai streamingnya. Nanti kalau bisa waktunya malam lagi, aku lanjut. Tapi untuk saat ini, satu pertandingan ini lagi ya, 1 atau 2 pertandingan lagi aku selesai ya.
It's a mirror match.
Terima kasih yang sudah
There's gonna be
menonton.
a lot of pride on the line for this one.
Dan arigatou gozaimasu.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Overdrive. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips him up. Okay, both fighters are taking a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. This is a tough. They saw the chip KO on the table. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Nice counter. Player 2 got completely shut out that round. Can they make a comeback? They exchange blows. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Throws a fireball. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Will we see a drive impact? Their will to win is really being burned out. Let's expect the tempo of the match to change. Looking to remove him from the senses at the very end. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Getting up close and personal. They back down to regroup. This block is the fireball. Player 1
Okay.
tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. This is the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Starts with a jump. Lots of aggression from both sides. Solid combo. They are battling it out tooth and nail here, with no one having a clear advantage yet. Throws out a projectile.
Oke Mbak Tua.
Will that drive impact get punished? Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Player 1 holding on to that in there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Can't tech the throw. Oh, Lee brushes that off and keeps going. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive arm. Player 2 needs to use the front of the corner lead. It's a good spot to use the super. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Untouchable.
Perfect kill.
Impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. From low heavy. Hits them with the fire. Player 1, were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Player 2 can't use and whiff. They're wide open. Getting up close and personal. Player 2 is what crowns them from above. Player 2 with the rhythm connects with the throw. What now? Player 1 is in a very congested
Okay.
throw.
Halo Bang Tamsi.
Player 2 showed they are truly the best of the best. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Denies the jump in. Shoots off a fireball up close. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. On dangerous turf.
Yeah,
Easy to get tagged at this range. Trips him up. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a driving attack. Very bad choice there. Player 2, hold your breath. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Solid combo. Obito hit! Akuma looking to play hide and seek. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Both fighters are barely hanging in there, but someone's gotta act. To come from the brink like that? What a comeback!
Ya va.
Player one with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Sakuhado! They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player two chases them down. Jumps up, hits them with a stopping body. Gets the jump in. Uses their drive to maximize. It's a good spot to use the super.
Connects with Sip of Calamity. Kuma ain't tucking you in for bad, but you're going to sleep real fast.
A quick breather, springs forward with the drive rush. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Akuma's going in. Still slugging it out at this range. Shows a medium kick. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Jumps.
Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Big drive rush. They couldn't tech the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Sakuhado. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of health remaining. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage.
From above with the guillotine.
Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Player two is looking at a grim situation with burnout. What now? That's perfectly executed. Player one survived.
Kalah kita lah Akuma. Kalau Akuma versus Akuma, yang menang siapa lah? Akuma. Akuma apa ya? Oke, ini pertandingan terakhir kita. Terima kasih buat abang-abang, kakak-kakak yang sudah menonton brother dimanapun berada. Kudoakan kalian tetap semangat, sehat menjalani hari-hari ini. Dan buat teman-teman, saudara-saudaraku yang menjalankan ibadah puasa, tetap semangat supaya puasanya full. Ya, kok nggak ada yang mau melawan si Akuma ini? Bisanya keras kalinya mau melawan ya kan? Ini mah hidup-hidup dia. Oke, berarti ini.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, si Keno.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Got it.
You gotta do this.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Trips him up. Player one with the life lead. There's a corner switch. Utilizes an overdrive arc there to tack on just a little more damage. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? Combo with the target combo. Takes a trip. Not having the cross up. Oh, burnout trigger. Tatsu's out of the quick dash. In a dire situation.
Kena kita.
They can't rent it cleanly. Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Got their eye on the air. Closes the gap. Oh, they're in the corner.
Iya.
Player one holding, thrusts that off and keeps going. They can't want to
Alhamdulillah.
punish counter check.
Selesai kita nih.
Triple Jinrai to in there.
Keras kayaknya, keras.
That was a clinic on how a
Yeah.
solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Throws him down. Player two has the life lead. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Takes the chance to hurt him. All right, what's coming up next? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They've got the meter for a drive impact. A quick breather. Player 2 will have to fight back here with a... Oh, burnout triggered! Player 2 to come from the brink like that? What a comeback! Player 1 mixed up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Blocks the impact. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Solid throw tech. Closes the gap. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen here? Hits him with a stop and pop. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Just looking to impress with this super.
Connects with Sip of Calamity. Kumo ain't tucking you in for bed, but you're going to sleep real fast.
Going in, springs forward with the drive rush. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 1 needs to use their SA gauge to their... Oh, the throw connects. That hook sets up with the jump in. Wraps it up with a throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. How's this? Medium kick hits. A pair connects with the throw. Player 1 wow reads the counterattack. Player
Kanin
1
lemah
with the
projektif.
wrist, there's the counter we
Hebat
wanted.
di DP.
What's next?
Ai.
Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3.
Tur kita guys.
Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 1 was an absolute...
Oke teman-teman, sekian dulu live streamingku di hari ini dengan game Street Fighter 6. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton. Selalu tetap saling mendukung kita teman-teman. Buat teman-teman juga yang punya channel, kabarin biar juga aku pantau juga, biar tetap saling mendukung. Oke teman-teman, terima kasih. Arigatou gozaimasu. See you next day. Ganbare, ganbareu, mi satsu.